Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Just work this. Hopefully over the next 20 minutes or so, I'm going to explain to you what Flowgroup does. I've done a couple of presentations recently, and I think that some shareholders or some investors in the industry still don't see some of the elements of the business. They keep focusing on one of our technologies, which is a great technology, which is our boiler technology, which is where the company listed. But we've grown over the last, probably 3 years now, some very valuable elements to our business, which we'll explain. So what are we? We're an energy services business and energy innovation. Heating power into the homes. You just heard the speaker talking about lithium batteries, battery storage. What we have worked on over the last 10 years, and it's taken 10 years of hard development work, is to get a gas boiler that runs on gas, that heats your home, but at the same time, it makes electricity. And it makes it very, very efficiently. So it can turn a price point, you probably buy gas in your home about 4p a kilowatt hour. Well, it can make electricity around 5p a kilowatt hour. And you pay in your home about 14p a kilowatt hour for electricity. So it's very, very efficient at making electricity, and I'll go into that a bit later. We also have a growing energy business. In April 2013, we launched an energy supplier. Currently, we have about 120,000 customers, growing about 12,000 customers a month at this moment in time. So on a projection, we'll be well over 200,000 customers at the end of this year, generating significant revenue, and I think a very valuable business. We're also launching, in a few weeks' time, our smart home technology. That's technology that helps you manage daily things like switching the lights on and off, switching your heating on and off. It's a smart technology that links in with our boiler product, links in with other products in the home to make your life easier that you can control from your iPhone. And the theme of our business really is to bundle all these in with energy. So energy contract, a boiler that makes electricity, smart technology, comes as a bundle. You know, the market has really moved towards buying cars on PCP schemes. You know, we buy a car from a garage now on finance over a number of years. Everything's taken care of, and that's the essence of this business, to have a package for a customer. It's an economical package, very when you compare it against other packages in the market, but bundled in to leverage some of the technologies that we have. So the Flow boiler, it's taken us 10 years to get to where we are now. We think this is a revolution. There's been no innovation in heating systems. In the last 20 years, we've gone from a non-condensing boiler to a condensing boiler. It's improved the efficiency, but it's not really been a great leap. This boiler generates low carbon, low cost electricity for the home. We think it can generate about £500 a year annual benefit. And that currently includes feed-in tariff payments. For the first 30,000 boilers that will be installed, we get a feed-in tariff payment. That helps cover the cost of the product. As we roll the product out and we build the volume, our costs will reduce, and eventually we believe this will become the de facto heating system of choice. Who wouldn't want to buy, replace your gas boiler with a product that can pay for itself over a number of years? Also reduces carbon emissions. Currently today we generate electricity from power stations that are centrally controlled. Large power stations, we put gas or we put nuclear or we put a coal into heat those power stations to generate electricity. Most of the energy goes out through a chimney, a flue, and big what do they call them? Cooling towers, that's the word I'm looking for. Cooling towers that you see driving along. A lot of the energy goes out through that. It's not converted into electricity. But because our boiler is situated in the home, the gas connection goes into your house. It runs the boiler in your home, so it's very, very efficient, thereby offsetting carbon emissions. So there's a number of other system benefits for the product. It generates electricity when we need it in this country. If you look at the cost of solar's great technology, but it generates electricity in the summer. It's very efficient in the summer, not so good on a cold winter night like tonight. 7 o'clock, it's dark, it's cold. In the UK, we're bringing lots of power stations on to meet that need. Our boiler generates when you're heating your home. The value of that electricity at that point in time is very valuable because we buy, we'll talk about the energy business in a moment, but we buy energy on the market every half an hour. That energy price changes. So when it's cold, it's dark, more power stations are coming onto the grid, the price of energy in the market goes up. Well, the boiler is generating electricity at the time when the energy prices are high, when the system is under stress. So we think if we roll out a number of boilers in the UK over the next few years, we will increase security of supply. We're generating electricity, low carbon electricity into the system. There was a recent study done in Europe. There's 115 million boilers in Europe. That study came out and said that if you can reduce the cost of microgeneration boilers from 25,000 euros down to a price of around 4,000 euros, then they believe there was a market for about 37% of that 115 million boilers to become micro CHP. Well, we're already down to a price of 3,675 on launch. So over the next few years, obviously economies of scale, bringing volume, rolling out more boilers into the market, we will reduce our price. So there's a huge market across Europe and in the UK as well for the product. So where are we? We launched the product in January this year, first sales ever. We're planning installs from March. So they will come off the production line. We're working with a very large American business called Jabil. Jabil make a number of products throughout the world. They make the iPhone, for example. They about 20 billion turnover. They're making our product. They built the production facility for us in Scotland. The first boilers come off in the next few weeks. Those will be installed. And that's the first production boilers. We've had test boilers coming off now for the last 6-8 months. But those will be the first production boilers that we'll be installing in customers' premises in March. We have developed what we call the brand ambassador network. How do we install the product? We've got a great product, we believe. We need to install it in customers' homes. What we've done is gone out to the market, looked at different ways that boilers are sold, looked at installers in the market, and created a brand ambassador network. Well, that network has given us a capability at this moment in time of about 2,000 installers. So those installers are being trained through our training centre, in Preston Brook up north. They will start to install the product in March. They also sell the product in the home for us. So we have a sales channel ourselves, but we also have these brand ambassadors installing the product. Jabil, very large business we talked about. They did due diligence on our business some while ago. They were quite thorough in their method, because if they're going to spend a lot of money up front in building a production facility, they have to be certain of the technology that we're going to install. They took an 8% stake in the business at the last fundraise. And we talked about, in the last presentation you've seen about cash. The business doesn't need any cash. We've currently got about 20 million in the bank, so we're funded through to cash flow. We're a cash flow positive business, so we're funded through to profitability. Jabil now own 8% of the business. Once we establish the product in the UK, we expect to have a European expansion. And we're currently working with one large European player and 2 players in the US. One of the interesting things is the opportunities have come to us. We've been working on the flow boiler now for many years. We've created the brand ambassador network. We've been approached by a number of people about technology they would like us to sell. We've looked at various technologies, and we're working with a very, very large, I can't mention their name yet until we announce something, and I expect us to announce a relationship with this business in the next 2 months, where we will bring a standard heating boiler, cloud-enabled technology, into the market through our brand ambassador network, bypassing the traditional route that boilers are sold. In the UK, Baxi, Worcester Bosch, Vaillant will sell their technology, their product, to a wholesaler. That wholesaler then sells it to an installer, who sells it to a customer. We are bypassing the wholesaler route. So this technology will come to us. We can bypass that route because we're not tied into the distribution network. We can deliver the product to the home, saving the customer money and actually making more margin. So that's a standard heating product, because the flow boiler, when we launch that, is targeted at 4, 5, 6 bedroom homes, because we want it to make a lot of electricity to pay the capital cost of the product. But we're getting lots of customers come to us with 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom homes that would like some technology, would like an energy contract. So we believe there's an opportunity to sell a very large number of this product that's coming from a very large business. It will be warranted by them. It will be under our brand. It's a cloud-enabled combination boiler. So what we're trying to do with this business is de-risk shareholders, make sure we have a portfolio of products, make sure we're getting revenue into the business. Flow Energy. Currently the only business in the Flowgroup generating revenue. We talk about the boiler. The boiler's being launched. The boiler will go in March. Flow Energy started life in April 2013. Currently have about 120,000 customers, growing at 12,000 customers a month. Very competitive product. We sell gas and electricity to consumers in the UK. Recent competitor evaluations of energy businesses, First Utility, OVO, around £600 a customer. So we have 120,000 customers, probably be up to well past 200,000 customers at the end of the year. So the value of the energy business is higher than the market cap of the business today. So it's quite an interesting thought, that. So I think we are building value into the business, and hopefully the market will start to see that value that we're generating in the energy business. With having a large portfolio of energy customers, we can sell other products to them as well and bundle those products in. So we believe we're generating significant value by building an energy business. We announced that we hit 100,000 customers at the end of 2015, so we're well through that now. We've had 51% growth year on year. We've got systems in place, we've got this expansion capabilities, the billing systems, the trading systems in place. And our vision really is to provide electricity and gas to about 1 million customers in the near term. And to do that, that's very difficult to do, because every customer that you take on, you trade with a counterpart. You buy gas and electricity from a trader, you move that gas and electricity through wires and you sell it to the customer. That's what an energy business does. Without Shell, and we announced in December that we signed a contract with Shell, that would have been very difficult to do, because every customer you sign up, you lodge about £200. £100 for gas, £100 for electricity as risk trading collateral. So you £200 from your bank account straight out into Shell's trading account. So there's quite a number of months before you've paid that £200 of collecting money from the customer. So there's a lot of cash out of the business on day one. The deal that we have with Shell in place is we don't pay any trading collateral. So that £200 is forgiven. So we can trade and grow our business now because we don't have to pay that. And also they've given us a credit line, an extended credit facility. So on the normal trading terms, you would trade on a term of 25 days. We've got an extra 25 days. So it's a very cash flow positive business now, or energy business. Every customer we take on, we generate cash. So we believe now that we've got a runway to build a very big energy business up to 1 million plus customers. And if you go back to the calculation of £600 a customer, you can see the value of that business over the next few years. What does Shell get out of it? Shell get 10% of the value of the energy business. So when we signed that deal, Shell came in and valued our business. At the point, the growth point after that, Shell get 10%. So they have faith as well that we can grow this business. They have the same deal with First Utility. First Utility are valued probably 600-700 million now, and they've grown their business over the last 3 years dramatically because they've had a Shell deal in place. We are launching in a few weeks' time our connected home products. We've partnered with a company called Fifth Play. They're a Belgian smart home business. They already have hundreds of thousands of products in the market, so they're tried and tested. They were introduced to us by Jabil, our manufacturing partner. So Jabil make a number of products, and I said about the iPhone and other things that they make. They introduced us to that technology. We've now tested it with our customers. Our customers like the technology, so we'll be rolling that out in the next few weeks. So we as a business we want to keep the customer for a long time. We have an energy for life concept, so it's about delivering high value products to the customer. It's about providing competitive electricity and gas. And if we do that and we do it right, high quality, we believe we'll grow a very valuable business. I'll just go back one, sorry. One of the things that this slide doesn't say is we have just been awarded a which recommended supplier. So in the energy industry, British Gas is not a which recommended supplier. There's only 2 suppliers in the whole industry that's been graded a which recommended supplier. So I think that's a great achievement for us. Our customer service is good, we're competitive on prices, and we're delivering good value to customers. Just to give you an idea of where the business has gone. 2011, about £154,000 of revenue. So we've been on a journey since 2011 to grow the business, to de-risk the business. So we've got a boiler business, an energy business, other products coming in through the company. And that's what we've been trying to do. So in 2014, we had about 33 million of revenue. 2015, our results will be announced in April. 2016, we're already growing at 12,000 customers a month. We'll be launching our boiler product onto the market in March. Our staff numbers have grown. You know, we're a business now that expects to have about 440 staff at the end of the year. We're about 230, 240 at the moment. So we're a growing, successful business. We believe it's an ideal opportunity at this moment in time. I look at the market cap again. I really think we are at the lowest level this company could be. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Questions, anybody? Gentleman just here.
Thank you very much. It's Jonathan Crozier.
Hi.
I just want to look at your valuation of £600 per customer on the energy business, because I looked at your P&L and your gross margins are barely in double digits. So
they are they're about 10%.
Yeah, by its nature, this is a very low margin business.
It is. Does
the £600 per customer imply a lifetime?
If you look
decades of.
Well, I would go against the investments into OVO by Mayfair Equity Partners at over £300 a customer. I would look at the valuations that First Utility have got. They had approached by CVC at 500 million, which valued them above £300 per customer account. We're talking a dual fuel contract, £300 for electricity, £300 for gas, so it's £600 for a dual fuel customer. And if you look at our churn, if you look at the churn in the business, our churn is very low. So on average, we're keeping a customer, if you project forward, about 8 years. So if you project forward and you look at the net margin in that business over that period of time, then you can come up with a discount cash flow or net present value around that number.
And just a supplement, does that number imply any cross-selling opportunities, or is that just the vanilla energy?
It's just the vanilla energy. At the moment, the Citigroup have looked at the industry last year, and they said that the Big Six are going to lose about 30% of their market share by 2020. Currently, the new entrants, like Flow, like a few others, have got 13.5%. So there's some way to go to build those businesses. And once you get to a certain level, then you become, you're cash flow positive, so it's a cash beneficial business, but you want to get to a net profit. So you need about 300,000 customers to get through that barrier where your fixed costs, your billing systems, your offices, you start to generate net margin.
Thanks, that's very helpful, thanks.
Yep.
Gentleman just down here.
Hi. Declare an interest. I'm waiting for your ambassador to call.
Right, okay.
And I was previously invested at grievous cost in years gone by.
Right.
I'm interested, you said you're cash flow positive.
Yeah.
Your losses, like any pre-commercial company, are mounting. 25 million was the last one I saw. Was that the year before?
It wasn't that big, but it was the year before. If you look on the two businesses, the boiler business has a team of engineers, scientists based in Capenhurst that are developing the product. Until you sell that product, you've got to cover the costs of that. You've got to cover the cost of development tooling, getting ready for the market. On the energy business, you've got to cover the cost of developing that business from a standstill and then ramping that business up. Now, the energy business was cash flow negative for a while. Now it's become cash flow positive because of the trading arrangements. So that business doesn't need any more investment, doesn't need any cash. We've got 19 million in the bank today. So that will fund the boiler business through to us launching and getting a reasonable volume to cover our cash flow.
The reason, this is actually the lead into the question.
Yep.
I buy a boiler from you tomorrow.
Yep.
I'd love to. I've believed in the product for years.
Yep.
But you're meant to pay me £80 a month
I am.
for 5 years, and you're meant to guarantee the boiler for 10. My wife's concern is,
I will guarantee it.
Yes.
I will guarantee it for 5.
But no, the micro bit of it for 10.
Only if you stay a Flow customer.
Is that we wouldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
But will you be here to honour the 10-year warranty? This is my concern, or rather my wife's concern.
Well, after 5 years, we share 50% of the benefit. Yeah. So the deal is, first 5 years, we pay you £80 a month. At the end of the 5 years, if you want to stay with us, we will pay you £40 a month, really, an equivalent. But we take the energy still. So we're getting enough money to pay any warranty costs or any issues that we may have over that 5-year period.
All right, I'll catch you later.
Well, he'll give you his number for your wife and ring it, maybe. A valid point, though, very valid point.
Are you saving money on your energy, though?
Well, your gas deal is no different than the deal I've got, but I do believe in generating, because of course you turn on the dishwasher and the washing machine, well, they have to save money.
Yeah.
It's an obvious
Yeah, it is an obvious thing.
That's why
It's a difficult technology, though, and what we've been trying to do over the last few years is make sure that, if we do have hiccups, if we do have things, because nothing ever goes straight forward, that we've built a solid business. And so we've got this other boiler product coming in where we're going to earn revenue and net margin from it. We've got that brand ambassador network that will be selling our energy as well. So we've created, I think, some, if you just looked at the energy business alone over the next few years, that will be quite a few times multiple of the market cap today, I believe. Regardless of what the boiler product is doing. You add that in, it's a very successful, or it's a very large opportunity for an investor, I believe. Disclaimer.
Gentleman over the left. Whilst that microphone's going over, I think you mentioned about your figures are out in April. I think
we've put figures.
You put figures out. Is it about £1 million a week? You're currently income
around the energy business.
Yeah. So it's grown substantially.
Oh, it's grown. It's grown at 12,000 a month.
Yeah.
The CMA, which is Competitions and Markets Authority, have looked at the energy industry. They are announcing in June their findings. We expect that to free up more customers for small independent suppliers, because the government wants, if you're a customer of one of the big six and you're on a standard variable rate contract, you'll be paying probably £300 more than you would on a Flow fixed rate contract.
Big difference.
So it's a huge difference. Yeah. So, those customers should be coming to us.
Yep. Regarding your contract with Jabil, are you under a commitment to take a certain number of boilers, and what happens if you can't find the customers to sell them to?
We are, with Jabil, they like to be called.
Sorry.
With JBIL, we're on a contract that is 500,000 boilers. It's not a take or pay, it's 500,000 boilers. So how long it takes to do those 500,000 boilers. We put our forecast in to JBIL, and we don't lock our forecast. Our forecast is locked over a short duration. So for example, March, April, May, June, July, we forecast how many boilers we're going to sell. We've locked that in with them. They go and get the components from the supply chain to be able to build those boilers. I'm locked in for that. I have to pay that for those. Nothing beyond that. So if sales aren't going well, if it's not working for us, then our risk is limited with JBIL. But obviously we want to encourage sales through the industry, but it will be a slow start. It's a brand new product that we have taken from a lab to a production line. It's been tested. It will go out, but we want to take it slowly just to make sure that our installers are installing it correctly, that customers are satisfied with it. If there's any changes that we need to do, we'd rather do them this year rather than find out next year that we have an issue. So it's a brand new product.
Thank you.
Time for one more shareholder.
Hi, Tony.
Hi, Tom.
I've been an investor for 2 years. I think this is quite an easy question. This new boiler, the combination boiler, it seems a very pragmatic thing to do, to offer that, to capture the market.
Yeah.
But whereas I can see with the flow boiler, the micro CHP boiler, it has obvious advantages. It's basically free.
Yes.
Why are people going to particularly go to flow for this other boiler?
Yes.
Was it propping up the original boiler, or do you?
No.
Is there some advantage to it?
Yes.
You're a new
Price.
business. That's my initial question.
If you look at the size of the market, 1.7 million customers a year. There's a couple of 100,000 that are in our sweet spot for flow boilers. So all those other customers down there, and some of those are flow energy customers, whose boilers break down, there's nothing we can provide them. But we've built a brand ambassador network able to install product. So we've looked at how we can sweat that network. Fortunately, we were approached by this business. This business is, when you announce, you'll see it, it's a huge, huge business, 30 billion market cap, not a small player. They have looked at the UK and said, how do we get into the UK with a product? They've come up with a product which is cloud-enabled technology in a boiler. So Baxi have got cloud-enabled technology, so it's no key advantage there. But the key advantage is they can provide it to us direct, and we can give it to our installers direct. So we're cutting out 40% margin. We're becoming the ASOS.
Would that be passed over to the customer?
It will be passed over to the customer.
So there'll be an advantage in price?
Absolutely. So if you're a customer and you're paying for £1,000 for a combination boiler, you'll get one from us for £800. And it'll be as good, if not better. Plus, because we've got extra margin in that network that we're not giving to the wholesaler, the distributor, we can make some more money, the installer can make some more money.
I see the 2-minute time up is flashing there, but just quickly to end, would that be sold by default then, or would it be actively marketed, this combination boiler?
We'll do some marketing, but these brand ambassadors, it's about 60 companies at the moment with about 2,000 installers. And we brought this company together with our top brand ambassador who has about 300 installers. So they're doing lots of boilers every day. We brought them together of what would work. And they said, God, we could sell this because it's lower cost to the customer. We're competing against this other company. We can provide a quality product at a lower price to the customer with a big name behind it.
Is there quality assurance? They're a disparate group, aren't they? The brand ambassadors, different companies.
They are different. They go through our training school. We badged them. We trained them. They have software from us. All the certificates. They're gas safe engineers. You know, that's why we want to do this in a slow rollout basis, because we want to make sure the quality is right. One bad install is going to damage the reputation of the business. So we want to make sure that we do it right.
Thank you very much. Are there any more questions?